All right, so let's move on to the next topic. The LeBron versus Jordan debate. The debate that's gonna go on to the end of time.
I'm so sick of this debate, man. I'm really tired of this debate because I look at it like Samsung versus Apple. Like you like what you like and you're not gonna change it. Like that's how I feel about this topic. If you a LeBron fan, you're a LeBron fan. You think LeBron is the GOAT. If you're a Mike fan, you're a Mike fan. You think Mike is the GOAT. So why even continue to debate? Because no one's mind is gonna change. Like you're a diehard Mike fan, you're gonna be a diehard Mike fan. If you're a LeBron fan, you're a diehard LeBron fan. That's it. It's like just pay your respects to both of their games and kind of love and respect the game, love and respect their game. Why does it have to always be a this comparison between the two when if you really look at it at the bottom line of the situation, they don't even play the same. Like it's not even like their games aren't even comparable. It's just people are so enamored and in love with Mike and what he did and the mystique of Air Jordan that if there's always been those people that they claim was baby Mike or baby Jordan, and they kind of played like him. But now you have someone that came along and from the time he stepped into the league, he's actually overachieved and lived up to all the hype and expectations. And then now you have this generation of people that feel like he is better than Michael Jordan and he is, the greatest basketball player, that they've ever seen. And you have the generation that feels like Mike is kind of hoping and praying that he doesn't build up a big enough resume to actually be seen as being bigger than Michael Jordan. And which is it's annoying to me because like why we can't just praise both of these men for being great at what they do. They're both great basketball players. They both did great things in the league. Let's just appreciate what they've done and stop tearing down LeBron because you want Mike to stay the GOAT. Like if that's the case, then why should they continue to play basketball if no one else is supposed to be better than Michael Jordan? It's like why are records set if they're not to be broken? Like so it to me makes no sense as a fan for you to pray that no one else becomes better than Michael Jordan because you love him. It's just like Muhammad Ali, he's the greatest, but you have these other boxers that have come to light and can stake claim to say they're the greatest. But then, obviously everyone's going to tear them down because they are so focused on trying to keep the legacy of Muhammad Ali alive, and it's never going to leave. His legacy is solidified. It's never going to go anywhere. Mike's legacy is solidified. It's never going to go anywhere. So why not allow LeBron or Kevin Durant or Anthony Davis or any one of these new players to come up and create their own legacy? If it's better than Michael Jordan, why is it a problem?
Yeah,
Question I have: why is it a problem?
I think the main thing is that they fear that someone might not think their favorite player is the best. Like they make up a lot of different things just to prove that Jordan is the best, which is all opinion based. And if you think that someone is better than Jordan, they must never seen basketball before. Like that's the main thing that I have is that they think their opinion is a fact, and you can't give them facts because they're just gonna give you another opinion. Like you could
Right.
say that Michael Jordan is the best because he never lost, but the fact is Michael Jordan has lost, and it's a fact that he lost. There's statistical evidence that Michael Jordan lost. Then when you show it to him, it doesn't matter. But
He never lost in the finals.
yeah, you
That's
never
what they
lost the
love to
finals.
say.
But the playoffs is included in the finals. He never had a game seven, but he had a game seven, but not in the finals. The playoffs, game seven playoffs is still in the playoffs. It matter if it's the first round, second round, third round. he still had a game 7.
Right.
So you just can't take 6 years out of somebody's career and judge them only by those 6 years, but you take every single instance from everyone else and you judge them off of that.
Right. Right. It's
You
like a
know,
boxer
like
fighting 15 years and
Jordan
losing.
takes 6 years. Yeah,
He loses, but when he gets a championship opportunity, he wins those championship opportunities, but he loses before he gets to some of those championship opportunities. So it's like, okay, when he's in the championship fight, he's 6-0, but in his 15-year career, he was losing for 9 years. It's like it, it's crazy. And then they like to, like you said, they like to nitpick LeBron, like especially the one thing that bothers me about some of the nitpicking is that 2012, was it 2011, 2012
2011,
against Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah,
They love bringing up, oh, he lost to Dallas. Like, yeah, he could have played better in that series, but what they fail to realize is the way that Dallas made it to the finals. Like Dallas swept the defending champion Lakers. They swept them like full strength. Kobe, Andrew Bynum, Paul Gasol, like full strength Lakers swept. Like, and then they talk about the killer instinct. Oh, Mike would never get swept in the finals. Kobe never get swept by. Kobe got swept before. He got swept by Dallas. Like they love to try to downplay that Dallas team. It's like that they had the perfect combination of veteran talent for that run. Like they had the perfect. It was basically the perfect storm for Dallas at that point. Jason Terry was shooting at a high clip. Dirk was doing what he does. Then you had a veteran like Jason Kidd running the show. You had a defensive stopper and rim protector in Tyson Chandler. So it's like then you had like guys like Sean Marion, great role players. It's like don't downplay this team like they weren't great when they kicked everybody's ass leading up to that finals. Don't like that's cheapening what Dallas accomplished. Like they shouldn't cheapen what Dallas accomplished just to try to downplay LeBron. It's like, no, that
yeah,
was a great team. They did great things that year when they won that championship. So stop it.
It's just I think it's just gonna go on because there are so many things that you could critique of LeBron because he's currently playing. Like if you lose a regular season game, the next day on the media, well, Jordan would have never lost that game. So Michael Jordan had, his team went 72-10. Amazing. But they lost 10 games. So it's pretty obvious that Michael Jordan lost a regular season game and a
Right.
playoff game. Every time LeBron loses a playoff game, okay, they may not win another game. They may be out the playoffs. They over exaggerate everything LeBron does because literally they don't have nothing else to talk about because he has proven them wrong so many times. But this time he's gonna prove them right. Like who expects somebody to beat 4 Hall of Famers by themselves other than LeBron James? They did not expect this of nobody. They definitely didn't expect this of Jordan.
No.
Not once. Like when he lost to the Celtics, there are some many excuses why he should never lost. Like he should have lost. Like he was young. Like LeBron, he was 22 when he got swept. No, he was 23 when he got swept by Boston. LeBron made the finals when he was 22. Like,
Right.
like they'll be trying to, make Jordan look better and make LeBron look bad all the time. Like there's no appreciation for what LeBron does. There's no appreciation for what LeBron does, and
That's
it's
sad.
because the media loves Jordan so much. Just like I was saying, like for his Defensive Player of the Year award that Marcus Gasol won, who's on the second team, the media is a bunch of Jordan fans. They would not put LeBron on that level by giving him a Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, that made no sense. Like, how do you
They
win
would not
defensive player of the year
because
but make all defensive second team?
they did not want LeBron to win that award.
Make it make
So
sense.
it's simple as that. Like when he was supposed to be unanimous MVP, they would not vote for LeBron to be unanimous MVP because there's always one person who said he's not. I'm not doing that because of Michael Jordan.
Right. It's crazy. It's
All
crazy.
those times he finished second in the MVP race, You know,
I
like
feel
they
like
like.
I feel like they should take it out of the hands of the writers. To be honest, they need to take those
Yeah,
awards out of the hands of the writers because there's
yeah, that's the
so many
problem.
biases. Yeah, so much bias going on. Take it out of the hands of the writers and give it to the NBA. The players, execs, and coaches. Let them vote on that. And the writers are horrible. And like you said, they have biases all the time. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, man, make it fair. Make it
Well,
fair
the
because
thing
like it
is,
don't make sense.
the thing is, like that year, the coaches they always vote on the like because of all NBA teams, and for 2 straight years, LeBron received the most votes for the all defensive teams, and when he played for Miami, so he should have literally had 2 defensive players of the year when he was the best defensive player in the league.
And
But
it makes
the
no sense.
writers, yeah, the writers would not vote LeBron. No, they would not give LeBron those awards. It's like when they vetoed, some of that Chris Paul to the Lakers deal because they didn't want Kobe to have this team.
Right.
They didn't want him to get that second ring.
Right.
So that's literally how it is. It's been ever since the '80s that they wanted to protect Jordan, and
And it's a
to me it's
shame that
obvious.
this man hasn't played in all these years, and they still trying to protect this man, and
Yeah,
they still like it is crazy if you look at other sports. Case in point, the NFL. Like you don't see people fighting this hard for Joe Montana. It's
not
like
one time.
okay, Tom Brady's winning championships, so he's the GOAT. Like you don't hear Joe Montana fans saying, "Oh, he's not the GOAT." Joe Montana, you know what I mean? Joe
Yeah,
Montana's
Joe Montana
undefeated.
never lost. Yeah,
He's never lost, but it's only because of they just love Michael Jordan so much they just can't fathom LeBron being better, and they bring up the dumbest excuses, as to why they don't like LeBron, and it's just sad, man, that they just can't appreciate, him as a player and what he does, especially what he does outside of off the basketball court for the community. Like this is an individual that should be getting all the love and praise and adoration for what he does for the people, his people off the court, being a spokesman and always speaking up and things like that. But because he's a threat on the court, he gets all the hate, and it's kind of sad because once he's done, then everyone's going to come and try to spread the love and put the love on him. But when he was playing, for you to appreciate it, it's always hate because you know, he's eclipsing Michael Jordan in a lot of people's eyes, and they just don't want to see it. And it's sad as a basketball fan. It's sad to see that him, Mike, and Kobe, can't be loved individually and loved collectively without being compared to one another.
yeah,
That's just my take on it.
yeah. Just like I always saying, like LeBron played in Kobe's era, and you never hear anything soft said about Kobe Bryant, and they played in the same era. But everything LeBron do, he played in the soft era. It's like he scored more points earlier in his career than he does now. His third year, he averaged 30 points a game, 31 points a game. His third year. That's when the Heat won the championship, when Shaq was playing well, Kobe was still in the league, KG, Duncan, all these great players were still in the league. He's scoring 30 points a game at 21 years old. But
Yeah.
he only played in this soft era, and that's why he's doing what he's doing now. Like he wasn't winning MVPs before. So it's just LeBron versus Jordan. You're never going to appreciate LeBron James when Jordan is the only thing that matters in basketball.
Right.
Thanks for tuning into Not Another Sports Show on the Blue Chippers podcast. For more content, check out our other shows and subscribe to the Blue Chippers podcast on YouTube. Follow us on Not Another Sports Show 2021 on Instagram and Twitter.